Hello everyone, welcome to day 90 of my road to $100,000 a month in e-commerce. Today has been a massive improvement in the last couple of days. Just building those mental blockers to be like, you have to just do the work, and really trying to take that with my stride, because this journey for me hasn't been a journey where, and for many others I'm sure, where you can't expect success or get any kind of real progress in a quick enough time, or at least a time that you think it's going to take, by rocking up for a couple of days here and there and doing so when it suits you, when you feel like doing it, and occasionally making sacrifices every other night. Might be a couple nights a fortnight, a couple nights a month where you really stay up till 4, even like 2 to 4, or you work for like 8 hours a day. I'm talking solid. You are at your desk, at the laptop. You're not on your phone. You're not counting lunchtime. You're not counting the time that you went up to make yourself coffee. And I mean, it's not a shock to anyone, but you really do need to take it in your stride of, I need to work, and I need to work through the hard times, the times that I'm going to feel like I don't want to do it. I want to do something else. And that could be a emotional response. It could be an energetic response of like, I don't feel up to it, or I don't have the energy for it. But the reality is you just need to push through that, because the perfect conditions aren't always going to be there. They're not going to be there majority of the time. You're not going to be in the best health all the time, especially in the early days when you're really trying to work hard and just grind your way through it. And that's something that I've never really taken with me this entire journey since March this year, let alone since doing these vlogs. Like, I've talked a lot about doing the work, doing the reps, yada yada, but I don't think I've ever truly believed that I need to get rid of distractions. I need to just say no, because things are going to pop up and you have to be able to say no and do the boring work anyway. And that takes an incredible amount of self-belief and discipline. And I think I've referenced this yesterday or the day before, but Iman Gadzhi, like if you can just think of someone who's achieved a goal that you're looking for, in a similar space, for instance, it could be, for the relevancy of ecom and this channel and my journey, I know a lot about Mark Lewis brands, but I probably know more about Iman Gadzhi. And you really have to believe you're on a similar level, or want something as bad as he has, and believe in yourself in a similar way that he has. Or think of yourself as the same person as him, and like what sacrifices he made, how he worked, how serious he takes it. Still dealing with a bit. But I would have never thought that. I thought that I could just make some decent amount of money from ecom, maybe leave my casual work, maybe get an apartment, maybe get a car, and then I could start taking it sort of as seriously as he does. And let's see if I wanted to. But the reality of where I am at the moment, seeing other people surpass me. I need to have that mentality of I am on the same level, or I am someone who's as dedicated to this as someone like Iman Ghazi or someone like Mark Mills Brands. And the fact is, you got to do that for even longer than you think. Like, I could still very well be here in a year's time with nothing much to really show for myself, but the same attitude of like, I'm just gonna fucking smash it out every single day. I hope not, and I don't think I will be, but I have to accept the reality that if that's a sacrifice, if that's a cost of where I want to go, then it's worth it. And that's definitely not something that I considered at the start of this, of like, if I'm in the same position in November, of not really making any money, not seeing any major progress, not making the most of my resources, but I've got like slightly better mentality. Like, I think back then I would have thought, well, that's not really worth it. So I either need to not do this or double down and take it more seriously. You know, if I were to know that that was as the current reality that I would be in. It's a bit misconstrued, a bit all over the place, but for anyone who's considering getting into this or any other sort of entrepreneurial endeavor, you really need to go all in. You really need to be 100% congruent. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I'm trying to achieve. And the way that I'm going to do that is if I put every minute of every day into this thing. That's really how you have to do it. And I remember watching a Sam Ovens video about 2 years ago on how he couldn't really make any progress until he left his job and he went all in on his business. And I didn't think that would be me. I didn't think I would have to make that kind of sacrifice to really see any noticeable results. I think part of that is you get into e-com thinking that it's quite easy, or it only takes a couple of months, a couple of ads to really make, a decent, I say decent, to be able to either live at home or live by yourself, and have all those expenses funded by e-commerce and be able to scale a product or scale a brand. But it's just not the case. And it hasn't been the case for me. And another tie-in with this, sorry, to bring this all back, you really need to go all in. I haven't been, and I've wasted 89 days, basically. You have to be all in. Because those distractions are going to pop up, and you need to be able to say no. You need to be able to have faith and trust in yourself that you can get things done regardless of how boring things are or how monotonous things are going to be. You just need to do it. Because it's a lonely game, especially in the beginning, and you might have zero support. You might have less support than I have. I have a little bit, but it's nothing crazy. You just have to be able to rely on yourself. Second to this, BBA. I haven't made the most of this. I'm really only paying, I'm still paying it off, but I'm really only paying for the calls per week. Because the community, yeah, but no. You don't really need a community. When you have, course content and coaches, especially in my position, if you're under $1,000 a month, you definitely don't need coaches or courses. You definitely don't need a community, I'm saying. But it's come to my attention that unless I'm going to each call every night, I'm not making the most of this, and for what I'm paying for, I'm not getting anything out of. And that's either a reflection of me who has to stop going to these calls. Stop paying or start going to the calls. And in the position I'm in, I need to start going to the calls because it's just silly for me to just not pay and then just leave. Especially in the future when I'm looking to scale a product, like I need these guys. I need the advice that they're going to give me. And so then I suppose I could stop paying it and then try and make it to $1,000 a month and then come back. But even still, like, it is an option. But the best path for me forward is to make the most of all the calls, go to them, watch them, get advice, be active, learn as much as I can, and that'll get me to these $1,000 days quickest. When I have those kind of feedback loops, high quality feedback loops, and then that's when the advice really needs to start trickling in. And when I really need to start going to those calls weekly. So that's really my only option. So anyway, I'm up to some product research still. Had a call with one of my coaches today. And his advice was basically just, here's what I think of these products, your product list, but also go to another of the specialized coaches. So that's what we're doing for this week. And ads, in terms of running ads, I built them out for this next product test, but I've also got a few other products that could be potentially better. So I'm gonna start building out their landing pages because they're assets that I'll be using for the product, for whatever product I run. And I'd rather have them than build out these ads that are potentially going to be oversaturated or angles going to be ran too much. Like, you'd rather build the ads last. So that's me. Anywho, 90 tomorrow. It's going to be 100. God damn. It's basically 100. That's crazy. Yeah. Take things seriously. Give your all congruency. Make the necessary sacrifices. And it sucks because the necessary sacrifices that you need to make, they seem so big in the moment. And it seems like you're not getting that initial return because you're not. You might be sacrificing a whole outing with like close friends or a like really chill times, might be only chill time throughout the week, or maybe set of chill times that you get, or sleep-ins, or whatever it is. And you're doing more work, and it could be monotonous work, and it's like, why the fuck do I do this? But that's when you're tested, and that's when you need to do it because it's about showing up every day. So anyway, another long yap sesh. So that's it for me. 90 tomorrow. Adios.